Hello and welcome traders. Today I'll be continuing on the FTMO 10K challenge. We'll be reviewing the DAX futures and CFD charts using the pivot points, order flow and Bollinger Bands, multiple time frame analysis as well in the pre-market as we lead into the live trading session. What we'll be looking for today is, so we're sort of on the 7th of the month. One key change, one key difference is daylight savings. So basically the daylight savings is actually different for UK. UK starts an hour later, I believe. So the DAX will open in 8 minutes and the UK will open an hour later. So we may, depending on what happens, we may not see as much of a spike for the next few weeks at the DAX open, because basically what's happening is London doesn't start their session for another hour. So we've got 8 minutes. Let's jump over to what's going on now. Sorry, I wasn't here yesterday. I didn't trade yesterday, basically had something on. So we're here, it's Tuesday, and we're looking at the market. Looks like we've got some triple banding action. So what's triple banding? It's when the pivot points have the breakout long R1 and high, along with the breakout short S1 and low, or sometimes it can be the S2 and that kind of thing. So it just depends on the layout. But we've got 3 levels here and here. So either side of the close and the pivot. So basically it's like 3 bands either side, almost equal distance to the close and the pivot. We've also got, so it's about 100 points move if we can get into a position where we tap, let's say the breakout long, start seeing some volume, some heavy volume on the ask side after some thin volume on either of these charts, so the full DAX index or the mini DAX, followed by then hopefully some aggressive selling on the bid side orders. So people tapping that bid side order, pushing the market down, forcing the price down. And potential target, so would be the close, or even all the way down to this triple banding down here. So that is about 200 points away. So massive potential movement if it comes off. So that's why we come in and we trade live. We don't just set up a video and leave you to yourselves. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just my personal experience trading a prop firm. But what happened last week, I actually felt the market was starting to irrationally go long, and I got in long, sort of near the open. And basically the market respected the levels, did exactly what I said the analysis said it would do. However, I was concerned due to the other markets moving just irrationally long. We had about at least 500 point movement on the DAX the 2 days prior. So a lot of buying coming in. So I was very concerned about just irrational upside on the DAX, particularly as we head into the Christmas rally. Which is still a couple of months away, but often that starts early. So that was my major concern. Now, unfortunately, I guess on one hand, the analysis was spot on. I'll just see if I can find that, find the time. So basically we came up on that 10 o'clock candle. So in that first 5 minutes, we basically had our perfect entry. Could have got about 120 odd points out of it had I just followed the normal analysis that I normally do. Instead, I was looking for buy opportunities around this range, and then eventually it broke through this previous day's low. So took a bit of heat on this day because I thought the markets were being irrational, in particular because the Nikkei on that same day was just moving up massively. So let's see if I can zoom in. So basically the Nikkei pushed outside the R3 level without regard for it at all. So that kind of said to me, look, the markets are going to move irrationally, and turns out they didn't. They followed the pivot point rules that I usually go by. So I guess that goes to show, guys, stick to your plan. If you do take a hit and the analysis is spot on, then that's part of trading. So that's something that I didn't do on Friday last week. I didn't just take the hit if I was wrong. I went against my analysis because I thought the market was rallying irrationally. 4 minutes till open, or a bit less. So we're just waiting out the market at the moment. I'll have a look at the other time frames quickly. We are really sitting at these highs on the monthly chart, not outside the Bollinger Band, but really up the top near these highs. Same for the weekly, so we're kind of opening at the top part of this range. So it could be really powerful sells if we get the opportunity to short. Keeping in mind, I do still have concern that the market will potentially break these highs and continue higher, perhaps even to this yearly R3 as we head into Christmas. So just be wary of that. Don't go short thinking that you're at the all-time highs and it can't get any higher. The market can just power on. Daily kind of looks like it's turning down, and we've tapped that upper Bollinger Band there. So particularly if we come up and hit this breakout long, I'd be quite hopeful for some excellent shorting opportunities from these levels. On the 4 hour, nothing much on the 4 hour. The daily is actually a better chart today. The H1, nothing much there. Just noting that if we do get up to the breakout long, we'll be outside that upper Bollinger Band. Same on the 30-minute, same on the 15-minute, and the 5 as well. So either way we head towards any level, we'll be outside on the 5-minute long or short. So just waiting for the open. I'm going to get my FTMO set up just so that I'm ready to buy and or sell when the market heats up. I'll just try and check the news as well. So DAX, Germany, finance news today. One program I was watching on YouTube for a while was I think it was Bloomberg, had a news channel that watches the UK and German Open, and it talks about all the news and everything. Basically, I found that everything they said, it was the opposite was happening in the actual market, in the index. So, some stocks were going down and then the index was actually going up, or vice versa. So I found it quite unhelpful, and it basically just clouded the analysis that I was doing. So I stopped watching it because basically it was throwing me off a bit. It may not be the same for you. You might sort of resonate with it differently. So just keep that in mind. Everyone's experience might be different. So we've got 20 seconds till the open now, guys. We've got the FDAX full and mini open ready to watch. Just remembering we may have a slower start because the UK isn't open at the same time. And that's because of daylight savings changes. So we're open, possibly we might fall straight to this close gap, but I'd prefer to see a push up first. If the market is kind, we will get a nice solid entry off the highs. I'll just zoom in a little. It's a very slow start. Basically no orders. So that kind of tells me that the market might be waiting for London to come in before it makes any executive decisions. Seems to be moving down a little. Yeah, very slow, guys. This is kind of the situation that I was referring to in the pre-talk. Because London's not here, there's not really too much motion in the market. A bit of a rejection there, but yeah, very slow to open. Okay. Yeah, basically not too much to commentate on, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. I might even come back in an hour or so if something is changing, but just the way the market is right now, and I did sort of outline that this might be the case. Basically, there's nothing going on, so just going to leave it there, and I might even just comment here in the comments just to outline any updates. So best of luck, guys. I might be on a little bit later, say in an hour when London's open, but for now I'm just not really seeing enough movement to sort of keep any sort of show going on. All right, thank you, bye.